Go, go. Somebody do it. Somebody say something.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of the week, dude. It's not the Super Bowl, which if you're watching, you're disappointed right now. We are Strong Sheet here to talk about wrestling news, facts, answer your questions, answer everything you need to know this week in wrestling. And that's right, I am your host, the ruler of all hosts, and the almighty host. I do not give a fuck. He might try to steal my shtick. I will get him later. I'm Donovan Cartwright. I'm joined alongside, as usual, by the golden host, the golden ace of Wrestlution. He is Isaac Bell, along with the historian, who historically will quote you that this has been a very, very bad day in sports. Tori, how y'all doing tonight?
It has been a bad day in sports, and I'm doing fine, brother.
How you doing, Isaac?
I'm getting there. I'm getting
Rosemary
there.
won yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's a bright side. And Duke won yesterday too.
Velveteen Dreams getting another NXT title shot.
Yep. So it's not all bad, you know.
And ladies and gentlemen, I am unveiling that we are doing a Wrestlution fantasy draft. Well, not draft, but fantasy league. We're probably going to start doing a show about that. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet because there's a lot of inconsistencies with hosts, especially on the weekends when I would want to do it. But we are going to do that, and we do have a draft, like a fantasy football draft. We have a draft, and we're going to do it. We're going to use it. We're having fun. Right now, our front runner is definitely Danny, who has over 500 points. Behind him is Ned. Behind him, Bill, is Isaac. So we're doing great. I mean, we're having fun. Tonight we're going to talk about some issues, news, etc. I guess tonight I'll be the news anchor because I actually have all the news and it's already organized.
Let's talk about it, brother.
You know what we're not going to talk about? The crappy NFL.
The NFL. Right now?
We're not. Well, no, I'm not watching. I don't know about you. First thing we're going to talk about is Nia Jax opens up about the Becky Lynch punch incident becoming a positive role model. Nia Jax turns heads when she reported to the Bleacher Report and how she used to the career-turning moment for her punching Becky Lynch and how she used an unfortunate circumstance to her advantage. Jax revealed that the incident kept her shelled as she read the vitriol of responses from the upset fans, but also had an epiphany. Everything's an opportunity in our business because Vince says so. I added that. Whether you think it is or not, when the incident with Becky happened, it probably was one of those moments that I really was like, oh my gosh, this is a huge turning point in my career. This could go extremely horribly for me, or might be the end of my career. Or we can turn this into something pretty cool for not just me, but for others that are involved. Jax would incorporate elements of her favorite films, The Campaign and the Facebreaker, into her Facebreaker persona, which indirectly elevated the women's division in the character development of both Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. The irresistible force would also revel in how working in WWE gave her platforms to encourage children to embrace themselves and their individual traits as a part of the company's Be a Star campaign. I want the young fans that we have to say, look at Nia Jax out there. She's embracing her body. She's embracing who she is. And she's showing the whole world she's walking down the runway in front of people. That's very empowering for everybody, and that's extremely important to me. I think the bullying is, yeah, that's what kids. So I just want your opinions about this, because I've already kind of said, this is fucking retarded. You cannot spend this. What you said makes absolutely zero sense. Oh, yeah, Nia Jax, she's a big woman that's embracing who she is. By
Hey, Jamie.
on people and being a bully and botching moves. You know what? Hey, being a horrible coworker and being a safety hazard to your coworkers is definitely what we should encourage from to be a star. Acting like a bully is definitely heroic. Let's use reverse logic. Let's just or regular logic was completely just throw logic out the door. Hey, it's WWE. You do what you have to get ahead of the business, right?
I think Nia Jax, look, the only reason why Nia Jax is in the WWE is simply because of her family. Think about it.
No, that's not true. That's not true. She's in the WWE because, well, I want to say this. She's in there because she has a prevalent role because Vince McMahon can hang his lips up to Rock's ass. But I'll encourage you what you say.
I was just saying, think about it. Nia Jax is the Rock's cousin. And he be botching moves since NXT, believe it or not. It's true. Nia Jax was a botching move. Now she's on the main roster botching move. Yeah, she hit Becky Lynch in the nose.
You know what? She is the Tom Brady of WWE. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I describe her. Because it seems like Nia Jax keeps getting away with all these botchy ass moves. And
just hold on for it. Hey, you know what? You injured somebody who was pushing. Let's give her a title shot at Ronda.
Yep, that's how that works.
She broke Becky Lynch nose. Oh, wait, she got a WWE title shot where she lost against Ronda Rousey. What happened? She had a match against Sasha Banks. She lost, but yet she still.
Actually, if you want to be official, from what I found out, Becky's
I
nose
hate
wasn't
that
actually
motherfucker.
broken. What happened? What happened, Isaac?
Nothing. I'm just browsing through fucking.
Are you browsing through things about Nia Brady? Nia Jackson?
Yeah, whatever. I'm just scrolling through Twitter, and
Look.
I do want my 4 hours back. Retweet.
Here's what I got to say for you, and I'm going to let Isaac talk about this.
Okay.
Look. Here's my thing. The official thing is that Becky Lynch's nose was not broken. There is no way they would have let her come back as soon as they did, because they're really being careful with heads and injuries. If you haven't noticed, they're being careful about injuries now. Daniel Bryan, they've really been careful about not letting people come back. Like Jason Jordan and Luke Harper were clear to go, but they're like, no, you need to take some time. And Jason Jordan found out he had another injury. He was still having neck problems. Luke Harper, they found out, was also having problems. On top of that, we also found out that Sami Zayn isn't completely ready to return to the ring. So they are doing good at ensuring the health of the wrestlers. But if anybody else hasn't noticed, has nobody noticed that since they've changed their week schedule, injuries have become
Have you noticed that you talked about Sami Zayn, but you forgot about his best friend, KO or KS or Kevin Steen?
Well, KO hasn't been cleared to return yet. He's been cleared around Mania, and that's if he's cleared. We don't know for sure. Right. Jason Jordan, Luke Harper, and Sami Zayn were all cleared to return, but they didn't because Luke Harper apparently was having problems. Jason Jordan was having neck problems, so they're having him fill a producer's role backstage. I don't know what that entails. And Sami Zayn is still not ready to get in ring shape. He's good. He's not having any problems, but they're not just putting him back in the ring. We've also seen them doing this with Braun, Alexa Bliss, Dean Ambrose, KO. I mean, in the last year, they've really upped their efforts to make sure these people are ready to come back to the ring.
Oh boy, man.
What's the matter, Isaac?
Nothing. I'm chilling right now.
Rosemary and Velveteen Dream won.
Okay. You keep saying that I get it, and it's not making it. Okay.
Look, the next story I'm going to mention is going to make things worse, so I want you to think of positives now.
Okay, fair enough. Continue.
I mean, do you have any say? Well, I think it's Nia Jax being petty. It's
Nia Jax saying, I'm related to The Rock, I can get away with whatever the fuck I want. That's what that is. And that's,
Yeah, basically like a bully. That's what she is. She's trying to be a bully right now. I mean,
what she said is the opposite of what she's doing. So, well, I agree. I already said that. I'm going to go ahead and let Isaac. Isaac, do you have any thoughts on this Nia Jax thing?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't, because like Nia Jax is just like, why are we still even talking about her, to be honest?
Because she made this statement, and it's fucking ridiculous. She botched a move, tried to capitalize on it to further her own career, and she's trying to make it seem like she did it to be an inspiration, saying, hey, I'm a big girl. You can't
physically, you can't injure somebody and then like say, oh, because like,
and then act like a bully and say, hey, I'm trying to do it for the kids.
yeah, that's the most backward shit I've ever heard in my life.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Everything you and Tori is saying, I had to get it out of the way. I'm not disagreeing. Isaac, she's a waste of time. She's probably paying the referees off too, especially in the second half of the matches.
Well, she's doing something if somehow she got a title shot after injuring somebody. No fine, no nothing. Oh, we're going to give you a title shot at our champion.
And that's not even including before that she hurt Naomi and Selena Vega.
Yeah. Because fuck logic, I guess. Anyway, let's move on. I'm over Nia Jax.
Okay, the next story is going to be even worse.
Okay.
The next story is Jim Ross discusses the possibility of Rob Gronkowski headed to WWE.
Rob's going to die. I'm sorry. No. Just don't waste your time. Gronk, if you're listening, I know you're at the Super Bowl right now, but if you can hear me telepathically, don't waste your energy. You're better off doing what you do. You got you got chronic injuries anyway. Your knees are probably like you're better off doing what you're doing.
And Jim Ross states that I'm not going to go through the whole story. I'm going to try to get through this because I don't want to talk about Gronkowski.
Whoa, hold on. Let me
hang on. Before any 2 cents, let me actually state the story. Jim Ross says, does he have the look? Yeah. Does he have the popularity? Yeah. Does he work hard? Yeah. Does he have injuries? Sure. A lot of these wrestlers do, and they've been doing it for years with very minimal. But he says, as far as does he need to go to this ring? No. Jim Ross says Rob Gronkowski does not need to come to a WWE ring.
No.
That's his opinion.
I was gonna say this. Gronkowski has no business even thinking about going to the WWE right now. But don't get me wrong. He is a great football player. He's going to the Hall of Fame someday in football. We know that. We already know that. But when he talk about going to the professional wrestling ring, I think the only reason why he's doing that because of his friend Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, and not to mention, there are football players who actually are successful. Look at Moose. Look at Roman Reigns.
Ron Simmons.
But Gronk's, here's the difference. All those people you named were not even bad, but they were like not very prolific. Gronk is a prolific football player.
Not Moose. Moose was good. Goldberg was good.
But I'm saying, like, my point is, there's like there's prolific to it, but they just got better than this. Gronk needs to stay in in the NFL or retire. He doesn't need to waste his energy.
The entire Patriots need to retire, but we're not going into that.
But I'm gonna say this: are there great football players are there great wrestlers that were in football? Yes, I can name a few. The Jockey Dog played football. He was a great wrestler. You mentioned Goldberg, another former football player who also had a great career in wrestling. I mentioned Ron Simmons. He had a great career in wrestling. You had Under the Big Cat Lad of WWE Hall of Famer, who also a football Hall of Famer. So there are a lot of guys that can There are a lot of great football players that can do wrestling, but I don't see Gronk being one of them. I mean, look at Mojo Rawley.
Nobody wants to see Gronkowski be a football player. I'm sorry.
No.
He just needs to go home and if he wants to do wrestling, go do fucking indie shows. Don't fucking don't.
No.
Fucking don't. Look at Moose as your example. This man is busting his ass trying to be a great wrestler, and it ain't happening. And you know why it ain't happening?
But he's trying his hardest.
Hang on. You know why Moose is not a great wrestler, Isaac? You know he busts his ass out?
Why?
Moose money. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. He's trying too hard to be heel. It's not working.
No, TNA told him he was all heel, and that heel turn was very fucking ridiculous. It made no sense. His whole heel run makes no sense. I mean, he's a good heel. He's a big dude. He's a good wrestler. He's entertaining. He's got charisma, and he's pushing his ass off to get better in the ring. He's beating it. He started. Remember his picture, the Playmaker? Fucking spinning the whole line? Yeah, no. But he's getting a lot better. But still, wrestling is not a place for just athletes. It's because they can't.
He's another guy that had a football career, by the way.
Yeah, I get it. And he's great. He's a great wrestler, but that's not everybody. Gronkowski's not injury prone. He's not super athletic. He can run down the field with the ball. Okay, that's not going to equal a great wrestler.
That's true.
It's not.
Not every football player is fit to be in a wrestling ring. I see where you're going. There's only a select few that can do it. He's definitely not one of them.
So Isaac, Trent Beretta, and Taylor signed with AEW.
I could have seen that coming.
Well, you mean comparing AEW is not, or New Japan is not happy about it, but I'm like, you guys barely use this. What the fuck does it matter? What the fuck do you care? You don't use it. Okay, you but you don't use Beretta. Why the fuck do you care? They're not top guys. They're not even mid-level guys over there.
They're not even a top tag team.
Exactly. Why did you care? Well, we thought we had a deal with them. What, have them appear 4 times and have them appear during the Road 2s? That's that.
Road 2s, Tag League, maybe those some US shows.
Why the fuck? Okay, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, yes, they can feature him, buddy. They actually had an angle with him. But Trent Beretta, you ain't doing shit with him. You ain't done shit with him. You had him. Well, listen, chill the fuck out, big fan. Whoever is running it now, chill the fuck out. It's okay.
Well, they got a Vince McMahon over there or something?
No, they're mad because they thought they had a deal and then found out that these guys signed AEW released them, let them go there. Instead of like trying to fucking be like, oh, you're going to fuck them, fuck you, or I'm so bad. Maybe you should just have a relationship with them. Now, this is why companies go under. This is like wrestling today is basically a callback. AEW has brought something up that we haven't seen in years. It feels like we're going into a modern day territory. Sorry. So, Isaac.
Yes.
I think we've covered this bit of news.
Good? We're good?
Yeah, I'm going to get the next bit of news.
Okay.
We still got more news. I mean, yeah, you can tell the news is bottom of the barrel shit this week. We only have like 4 stories. And speaking of the next bit of news, as you know, Jay White on whether he would sign with WWE, AEW, and how he is treated by Ring of Honor. The Switchblade Jay White was a guest on the Talk Is Jericho recently. And White talked about winning a contest to attend WrestleMania 27 and how he became a professional wrestler. Okay. So you want me to put him in the bed? says that he shared his thoughts on going to G1 Supercard. G1 Supercard in Madison Square Garden, whether or not he may sign with WWE. Apparently, on the he won a contest in New Zealand to attend the 2001 Rainy in Atlanta, Georgia. I was working for a friend's dad and had a competition with a radio show to send someone to WrestleMania. This is 2011, and I was like, oh shit, fuck. I thought I might as well call it up. So I called it up, and I won the competition to go to draw over 2 weeks.
You good?
I'm trying to keep scroll down from loading still. It says, when I won, it was a long shot odds, and I was inspired to pursue my dream to become a professional wrestler. When I used to watch it, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. Obviously, any kid that watched it did. But then you get the whole mindset of, this is not really realistic, especially living in New Zealand. Like recall. So I won a competition. Tickets, flights, accommodations, all paid for. I take a friend as well. And I took my best mate with me. It was Atlanta, 2011 in Atlanta. So we went for 4 or 5 days, and it made me think, well, I never thought I'd go to WrestleMania, let alone with competition. I thought, can't I? Why can't I be a pro wrestler? Why can't I do this? Maybe I should try to be a wrestler. And I think around this time, 2011 at least, I was kind of changing what smaller guys were able to get into as opposed to 10 years before and stuff. WWE with respect to Ring of Honor, White said he has been treated great by Ring of Honor, and people misunderstand what he is not misused by the promotion. They're real good to me, like I said. I always see not to go into the match about the fans. You have to go into much about the fans, but the person is getting wasted here. They're not going to bring me for a year and make me the star champion. Exactly. That's why I don't understand why they wouldn't invest so much in me only for me to leave. During the interview, White revealed that he was told about the Ring of Honor New Japan G1 Supercard show before it was announced and was told that WWE shut it down. White indicated that he was surprised to hear that the event was back on. That's very exciting, White said. I remember I got told about that before it was announced, and then I thought it got shut down, basically from WWE. Yeah, it got shut down. So I was like, oh, okay. And then a few weeks later, I see it being posted again, so it was obviously they've been able to get around it and make it happen. And then it says, when asked why would entertain the idea of going to WWE eventually, the leader of the Bullet Club divulged that joining WWE is not even on his radar and prefers professional wrestling to entertainment. And then he said, White hedged by saying that WWE entirely. Before New Japan, I think for anyone that starts the kind of what you look to, that's what you watched. White claimed, but then once you realize there's so much more out there, it's not like I thought on my radar. I'm happy where I am, and it's also what they do. The product and stuff. I enjoy pro wrestling as opposed to entertaining over there as well. You get a lot of guys who have left and gone over and hear that there is very good. So it says, you have a lot of, you never say never with anything. You never know what's going to happen in the future. When I was training and wanted to go to WWE, I never thought that I'd come here. Well, life went on to say AEW gives pro wrestlers even more options now, and that he has turned down people putting in a good word for him in WWE in the past. With the guys starting that AEW stuff, it makes it a very cool time for a wrestler. Well considered, you don't need to go to WWE. New Japan keeps growing, obviously. With Star of Jericho's caliber, it helps us make it even bigger. So then it's easier for guys to stay here without having to go anywhere else. And also, people often ask, hey, if you want to come to WWE, just let me know. And I'm like, I'm all right, thanks, because I don't want to go there. A lot of guys sign there early and then they stay in the developmental or NXT or whatever for however long, just because there are so many people there. It feels like these days with such top caliber talent, you don't really know what your true ceiling is there, and you're also held back by the entertainment value. He then goes on to say, if I had a choice to go anywhere, I would go where Jay White is right now. I'm the leader of the Bullet Club, which to me is one of the coolest factions in the last decade, and I get to play the leader. Why would I want to be anywhere else but where Jay White is right now? I'm the Switchblade, and I'm the Switchblade in the Bullet Club. Very interesting.
It is.
Both guys. That was I like the perspective because he's not disrespecting anybody. He's obviously speaking very professional.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey, the man is fine. I respect what it.
Okay, let's go.
I respect what Jay White had to say.
Better not.
What do you think?
No, it's good. Like I like Jay. He seems likable, you know.
You can tell, don't you?
Save for actually not save for anything. He's good. He's just good. Hey, I don't know. So yeah. Huh?
Remember, Carl Anderson said the same thing. Remember, Machine Carl Anderson said the same thing about whether or not he should sign with DLE. He said he's not ready to sign with DLE. But as soon as Vince McMahon, they pick up that phone, where is Carl Anderson at?
It wasn't just because it wasn't as soon. It's because good old AJ Styles is trying to work a good deal out with them. Yeah. They didn't do developmental. Do you think they would have ever been anything on? Do you think they would have ever gotten on the main roster right away if it wasn't AJ putting in the work? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I guarantee you, if AJ Styles and Vince McMahon can sign Kenny Omega, how much you want to bet Kenny Omega going to sign?
No. A lot of people want Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, we don't know what he's going to do. We still don't know that he isn't going to sign a WWE contract. I'm sorry. But do I think he will? No. I think he's more likely to sign with Impact than WWE.
Right. What if he does?
He's not. Because he can still get a better contract for AEW. I guarantee you, he's the only free agent out there that AEW is going to pay more money than WWE would pay. And he still gets creative freedom. He still gets to be the cleaner or the best bout machine. He can go compete wherever the fuck he wants because it's a non-exclusive deal. So they do that. They believe in building these other companies. That's why they're showing up at wrestling and other promotions that I can't think of the name of.
My question is, what about Shane Strickland? He's another free agent.
If he's a free agent, he's going to the E. That's where he wants to go.
Who, Kenny?
No, Shane Strickland.
Oh, yeah.
No, Kenny is going to AEW. That's where all of his buddies are. He's going to get a damn good deal out of it because it's AEW and it's ran by the elite. Of course, he's going to get the best deal you could possibly get. WWE could probably give him money and supposedly some really good creative control, but he turned down the WWE offer. They offered him a contract. He turned it down. That doesn't mean that he won't show up. Because he's already said that, I'm not going to say that if they offered me a spot at Mania, I wouldn't take it. If they offer me the right deal, they just haven't offered me the deal that I'm comfortable with. They can't make any guarantees. You can't get any guarantees with them.
So you're saying that Shane Strickland is going to the E, the WWE?
If he can get out of his fucking Lucha Underground contract, and the way it's looking, the thing to do, I would say, is a Lucha Underground. Because their finances are in the shit or worse than Impact. And
That was a good question.
Lucha Underground. What's the matter, Isaac?
Now that I just saw a post that said, I wonder what the refs are getting paid. It's a very good question.
Isaac, keep the NFL out of the shows. I'm the NFL show.
Understood.
If you want to talk about NFL, welcome to the show. Or eat my show. This is a wrestling show, even though Gronkowski was mentioned.
So,
But that was wrestling related. Yeah, we're not talking about the NFL.
all right, what other news do we have? Because
you want to talk about New Japan, I know.
yeah, well, it's a pretty big deal what happened.
Yes, I know.
The reason why I asked that question about Shane Strickland is because I heard he's a free agent too, and AEW trying to put a contract with him. He clearly wants a contract with him.
Well, he confirmed he wanted to go to WWE, but I don't know with AEW popping up. I don't know. I mean, I'm not making a speculation because, with the way wrestling is right now, none of us really know who's going to go where or who's going to do what. But this last one is Finn Balor on why he rejected past WWE offers when he felt like he had hit his stride. And this was on the Ian Edge and Christian podcast. This is a good one. According to Balor, WWE was not even on his radar. Oh, hey, Jay White. When he was in the throes of the highly successful New Japan Pro Wrestling. While WWE called the offers over the years, Balor never felt it was the right time for him to leave New Japan. Until he finally made the decision to leave in 2014. Hey, how does it feel now, Finn?
That's the same thing. That was literally the same thing I was about to say. I'm just trying to figure out a way to say it.
WWE never came into my mind at all. Like, I kind of adjusted my goals and totally. I was watching Yuji Nagata, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroshi Tenzan, like from ringside every night, learning from these guys. So if I became my goal to climb the ladder in New Japan and get as good as I can, I'll recall. And I think I was two and a half years into my run in New Japan, and Johnny Ace called me and said, "Hey, Johnny Ace, there you go, Tori. Hey, we have made an opportunity for you." I can't remember was the promotion was at the time. I think it was Florida. I just feel like it was the right move at the time. I felt like it was finally. I was just finally getting the hang of the New Japan style and trying to get a little bit of a run going. And I didn't feel like it was the right moment to go to WWE. They came back like a couple. How many times you gotta say like? Are you from the damn hills? A couple of times over the years, and it never felt like it was the right moment. Honestly, it didn't even feel like it was the right moment when I left. But I felt like my clock was kind of running out in regards to how many years I have left. Like, if that opportunity would rise again at that time. Apparently, Balor decided it was time for him to leave New Japan when he was offered a 2-year deal at the age of 33. The former Prince thought he may be too old to embark for WWE at the back end of his 30s. There were a couple of factors about it. I was 33 years old. Like, I had done the Bullet Club stuff. I felt that, like, I had been offered a couple of years beforehand, and at the same time, Geto, who was the New Japan booker, said, "Hey, do you want to turn heel?" And I thought, "Oh, this is perfect. This gives me something more to sink my teeth into Japan, and it gives me a perfect excuse not to go to WWE." And so we had kind of done bullets to stuff. It went cool. The plans got the future building on this, and I was kind of thinking of more long term. And I remember asking, I'm 33 at the time, and New Japan offered me like a 2-year contract. And I turned around and I said, "That's a cool contract. Can we do it for 10 years?" And something to do with the fact that New Japan was owned by a video game company, and that contract was only for 5 years. So they could only offer me a 5-year contract. I was like, that brings me to 38, and I've seen what happens to guys, to wrestlers, when they get to be that age. When they start to get that age, they start to wean down off the shows and slowly reduce their schedule. So I thought, maybe it was time for that kind of roll the dice with WWE. So I thought, like, if I took a 2-year contract at the age of 33, at 35, I might not be what WWE's looking for, so I felt like time has to go. With the respect of Balor's NXT run, the former NXT champion said that William Regal was always his point person on going to WWE. Balor divulged that he was told that he was going to NXT first and would eventually go on and roster and everything involved. So Regal was sort of my point of contact. He was always someone who put in the word for me. I wasn't until Canyon Seaman,
Seaman,
who was the head of WWE Talent Relations at the time, and it says Seaman, telling me, "Look, you'll go in, and we're very clear from the beginning, you'll go into NXT. You'll start at the Performance Center. You'll be in NXT. You'll work there for a bit, and if it goes to plan, you'll be called up to the main roster." There was no kind of time frame. I thought if I went to WWE, I could start at the bottom again. So I kind of knew that was the norm. I didn't necessarily want to go to Raw. It was big enough just in working a different style in a different country for a different company in front of different people and a different ring. Because I like to say different a lot. I was quite happy to go to the Performance Center. That was a good thing. I felt like getting in the ring with PAC. I think he's just one of the best in the world, and getting in a puck and getting to do that match with him at TakeOver, a very Japanese style match. And I'm not sure if it was a TakeOver or just an NXT TV, but at that moment where I felt, okay, if I can continue doing this type of stuff, I'm sure we'll be fine. But I think when I started hitting my stride was probably working with Samoa Joe. That's when I felt comfortable to do in the ring more like myself. I felt like I started to adapt with WWE needing me to be, while still feeling like the Prince Devitt that all the fans were hyped to see when I first signed the contract, and they found out. But working with Joe for the long stretch really helped me step into the role of Finn Balor, as opposed to the Prince Devitt that I had become accustomed to. I don't know what the fans think of me now, but I'm doing my best to not be Devitt, but to be Finn Balor.
It's hard to compare Prince Devitt with Finn Balor. Because I remember him in the back as Prince Devitt. Great work in the ring, one of the best technical high flyer that he had.
What do you think, guys?
I mean, I've always preferred, if we got the same Devitt if we got Devitt in if we got Devitt, the Devitt we got in New Japan is what we should. If he came in with the same idea in WWE, which is pretty much, I'm sure that's what he did until they butchered it. But like, I don't I don't know what to tell you, to be honest.
He came in looking at it like Prince Devitt, but he was supposed to be Finn Balor. And he said that until he fought Samoa Joe, he was Prince Devitt. And then he didn't come because they wanted him to do a different style. He was trying to separate what made Prince Devitt from what made Finn Balor. And until he fought Samoa Joe, he's saying he never comfortably transitioned that. That's what he's saying. Like, it's a whole different thing. Prince Devitt was there and Finn Balor's here. He does his best to be Finn Balor. So basically, if he ever left WWE, he would probably stop being Finn Balor and start being Prince Devitt. To be honest, I can respect that. But not to dwell on this anymore. That's our news. Isaac, what do you got?
All right, so over the weekend on Saturday, there was a Brace for Impact Smash Wrestling collab show called Brace for Impact with Impact Wrestling. And so with that being said, the main event was Johnny Impact successfully defended the Impact Wrestling Championship from Sami Callihan. Tariq, the current Smash Wrestling champion, successfully defended his. What else happened? Hala, should I make sure? They're new tag team champions. I can't pronounce the name. I can't think of it. No, not that. Not him. It was a tag team. There's new tag team champions in Smash Wrestling. And let me just cut to the chase. Rosemary made her in-ring return in a fatal four-way against Dark Alley, Sandra Bale, and Casey Spinelli. She won with a she speared won with the spear on Sandra Bale on Sandra Bale. And another thing that was interesting, her face paint was stylized like Anti-Venom. For those that don't know who Anti-Venom is, Anti-Venom, she went in there hopefully using the Anti-Venom to hopefully help Allie get back to where she was. So look forward to seeing more Anti-Venom face paint later as time goes on. Also, Masters of the Multiverse streams this week. They start filming this weekend. So look for more episodes for that. Then this weekend, LIJ had a great weekend at the New Beginning Tour, the second day of the New Beginning Tour in Sapporo. The LIJ, Evil and Sonata successfully retained the heavyweight tag titles from Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr.
I was actually kind of surprised about that.
I know, right?
Zack Sabre and Suzuki.
Yeah, Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr., they lost to Evil and Sonata, so Evil and Sonata are still tag team champions. Bushi and Shingo are still junior tag champions, which is great. That's good news. And here's what happened. So Naito was walking out to his match against Taichi, and Takashi Iizuka attacked.
Iizuka.
He attacked Naito. He attacked Naito as he was walking down the ramp with a ladder, like a little step ladder. Still put him down, and then Taichi hit Black Mephisto, which is an air raid crash on the ramp, and then for like a solid 10-15 minutes, Taichi went around saying that he's going to be the new champion because it's going to be ruled a no contest, and they have no choice but declare him champion. Then Bushi, Naito comes back out like we all knew he would, and to be fair, I didn't know. I'm thinking, okay, it's over. There's no way Naito's going to recover. But then that's me with my WWE brain thinking again, because Naito did retain after 2 Destinos. He kind of broke even when Naito was working a shoulder injury after suffering the air raid crash. So at one point, they broke even ground when Naito hit a pile driver on Taichi through the table. The table exploded, and after Taichi got dropped on his head, before the Destinos, he got dropped on his head 2 more times, like literally on the ground of his head. And like I said, he finished it off with the Destino. Great work, great piece of work. If you haven't watched the match, go watch it. Go watch it.
Yeah, I gotta say that Taichi, he's a great worker.
Yeah.
Naito both.
Yeah.
Like, he sold the shit out of those Destinos. I got some breaking news, guys.
What?
No. Tony Storm will go to ICW for the first time since 2015 to challenge Kaylee Ray for the ICW Women's title. It will be at the Square-Go show in England, obviously, because that's where ICW is located. It's somewhere in Britain. Or Scotland, I forgot what. Yeah, it's in Scotland. So basically, Storm will challenge Kaylee Ray for the ICW title. I think Kaylee Ray is going to end up being another one of those women that's going to sign with WWE on the NXT UK brand too. So that'll be one of the matches that's going to be interesting. I think so now.
Wait, what? Oh, hey, Karen.
Hey, Coco. You remember ICW is affiliated with WWE? Yeah, this is Evolve and Progress and like 5 other companies.
Yep.
So what's your thought on this one? What do you think? What's your thought on this one?
I mean,
going for the ICW Women's title, and she already current NXT UK Women's title.
well, it's not like if she wins it, she's going to be able to carry it on NXT.
Yeah.
Right?
But knowing that they are watching this match, watching this match between Kaylee Ray and Storm, if Kaylee Ray performs pretty good, he's going to look at the side. Okay. That's interesting. But hey, my opinion, I'm sorry to interrupt y'all conversation. No, it's news. It's the news.
Yeah.
Everybody that watches NXT UK, it's something that if you want to watch it, you're going to try to catch it, it'll be a good match. But I'm going to try to move on. So, Isaac, is that all you had to talk about?
There was a slight hope in me that Ibushi was going to show up if they had to replace somebody, but, you know.
Ibushi's hurt.
I know, that's...
They said he should be back around in the beginning, so he probably will show up soon.
I'm thinking either that or like New Japan. I'm thinking, I have this fan. Oh, speaking of Naito wants to make history. He wants to be the first man to hold the Intercontinental and Heavyweight title at the same time. And I thought to myself, they're not going to do it, but if they were going to do it, I can see nobody else except Naito doing it first.
No. It's not going to be Naito. It's going to be the GOAT. It's going to be the ace. It's going to be title for title. And Tanahashi wins because he's the GOAT.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't see that same result, but at the same time, I see... Because I know, one thing I know, Jay White's not going to beat Tanahashi. That's one thing I know.
It's going to be Tanahashi.
Who? Jay White's going to beat Tanahashi.
No. I'm saying, like, nobody's going to beat Tanahashi. It's always going to be Tanahashi. Tanahashi is the greatest of all time. Just get over it.
I'm saying, well, I know, one thing I know, next week, Tanahashi, what's his name, is not going to beat Tanahashi. I know that for a fact. Jay White is not going to beat Tanahashi. Jay White is not going to beat Tanahashi.
No. Nobody's going to beat Tanahashi. Tanahashi's the GOAT, man. He's the ace. I mean, he's the greatest wrestler to ever live. And Tori can name, like, 50,000 wrestlers, and I can just say right now, Greg the Hammer better than him, Koko Beware better than him,
and then
Nikita better than him.
trying to figure.
TA, I like dude, better than him. Roman Reigns, damn sure better than him. John Cena, way better than him. Hogan, better than him. Austin, way better than him. The Rock, damn sure better than him.
Are you done?
So definitely better than him. No, I'm not. I will keep going because I got like 15 more I can name.
No, I'm fine because I'm trying to get out of point. I feel like if Ibushi was going to return at the New Beginning tour, it'll probably be after he beats Jay White, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Returns and it aligns with Tanahashi.
I mean, like I'm saying, we just got to wait for him to get back and see. Anyway, that's all I got for New Japan. Let's get to these questions.
He's probably going to rematch with Will Ospreay because I don't think he was supposed to lose.
I don't think so either, to be honest, but we'll see. I haven't seen Ospreay. Actually, last time I saw Ospreay, I don't know when's the last time I saw Ospreay. We haven't seen Ospreay since Wrestle Kingdom. He wasn't on the New Beginning tour unless I missed him, but we'll see. Anyway.
No, he wasn't on the card, but he was at New Beginning.
Fair enough. All right. So we'll see what's next.
So you ready to get to the next part, or you got something?
No, I got nothing. Let's get to these questions.
Yeah, he's got nothing this time. I'll just go whenever it is. So questions, Tori, are you ready to do a question? Absolutely, bud. Absolutely. So we'll be doing this for about an hour. Isaac, what do you think was the biggest time in wrestling? We're talking like time, not just eras, but like breaking down further time. It said was, so you can't count the modern era.
I liked. So where do we stop at the modern era? Like, I don't know.
Pretty much last year and this year.
Okay, I'm gonna say the Ruthless Aggression era is my favorite because no, because
when we still have Raw and Penny matches.
No, I'm saying that because women's whatever aside from how they were treating women, the mainstream matches were still on par. Like in everywhere, Impact, in WWE, you were getting Kurt's like drug-fueled reign of terror in Impact. You were getting Shawn's the best of Kurt, like I said, the best of Kurt in WWE, in Japan, in Impact. You were getting the best of Shawn had left, but he was still putting out
John Cena.
Yeah, you were getting
Triple H's reign of terror.
Yeah, you were getting a lot of things that kind of shaped where we're at right now. And as a lot of things I say, well, we need to make sure this never happens again.
Ruthless Aggression had some moments, but it was also a horrible time for wrestling.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all bad.
Was actually the Jim Crockett era. That's not an era. You're talking about the territory days.
Yeah, that's the same thing Jamie says. He says the territory era is his favorite.
It's not really an era because that falls into the 80s era, 70s, whatever. But it is an era, the territory. I like the territory era because back then. Go ahead. No, I was going to say I totally agree with you. I was actually going to give my answer if you didn't say it. The territory era was one of my favorite era because back in the day, you can pretty much, it's like everybody who are like big time names can pretty much wrestle anywhere they want. They pretty much find their own contract. You know, like the day, we're going towards that again. I think about AEW and what's going on with Impact and New Japan and Ring of Honor. If you really think about it, we're going back to the territory days. Now WWE now is starting doing that. They're trying. They're trying to control the territory. Is what they're doing. Yeah. Back in the day when you are a wrestler like Terry Taylor can sign at one. Terry Taylor can wrestle in like Mid-South Wrestling 1 week, and then he'll be in the Georgia Championship Wrestling this week. And that's the territory day. I mean, you don't have to be necessarily be exclusive to one territory. You can just wrestle any way you want. That's why I like about those days. But now, with the WWE trying to control everything, but I'm kind of glad that companies like AEW is trying to bring back the old territory days.
AEW, Impact, MLW, New Japan. I'm not really sure about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor kind of trying to close their doors a little bit. New Japan, I'm not really sure what the ownership. I'm not really sure what their goal was. The older company was kind of keep it closed, but don't keep the door closed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, back in the territory days, New Japan would work with anybody. They would work with NWA, they would work with WWE, they would work with what's that company? Oh yeah. You know, World Class Championship Wrestling,
NWA,
AWA, anywhere. They'll work with anybody. That's why I like New Japan. They'll work with anybody.
Universal Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, all these other cultures. That's what I love about New Japan. You work, I mean, think about it. You had Hogan back in the day.
Don't forget World Wrestling Association, WWA.
Yeah. They work with anybody. But now, it's like every man for himself. Like every promotion for himself.
WWE's like, hey, Vince, I need to globally localize all the companies. We need to get a stronghold on these territories before these other companies get a footing in the business. We need to globally localize.
Think about all the promotion that WWE got. They got ICW. They got Involved.
Progress.
I mean, damn.
WOW. They're trying to.
They were what now?
It's either, I think it's WOW or WXW.
WXW.
Yeah.
And WOW if they get their hands on it. No, he watching what's going on.
No, Triple H does. Triple H does all those.
If Triple H gets a hold of WOW, that means more likely Joseph Blanchard will end up in WWE again. I'm just saying.
All right, so the one that I like the most, whoever's typing, please calm that down.
Sorry.
I think the best time in wrestling, I would say the territory days, but to be honest, the two already, I gotta say the Attitude Era. It has to go with full stuff. For all the negatives, Isaac said the ruthless aggression, I was always the kid. Because, I mean, the Attitude Era, the ruthless aggression was the one that brought us, was what brought us all this crowd. The Attitude Era is where they tried all this edgier, loose cannon content. We got the NWO, we got Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, Kane, Mick Foley winning the world title in America. Yay! That was that. Stone Cold fucking trap hunting the fucking NWO and DX at some point. I mean, the Attitude Era was what I grew up on. It was what when I was a kid, that was the cool stuff I grew up with. I was flipping my teacher off and telling the other kids to give me a hell yeah and say, if you don't shut the hell up, I'm going to open a can of whoop ass on you. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. It was fun for me.
Yeah. I remember the Attitude Era. I mean,
Ruthless aggression
doesn't fail to realize back in the day when they had Austin and others. They don't know how to use. I mean, they have to utilize their talent with Austin and other stuff. I mean, look what Austin done in WWE versus what he done in WWE.
Well, look at all the guys they signed to WCW, and look how much a lot of them did. They didn't use half the talent. They just were hired a bunch of people and didn't know what the fuck to do with them. They were too busy putting Hulk Hogan in the main event weekly when the world title was in the opening match. I mean, WCW knew how to Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about history, huh, Jimmy? We're talking about retro comics here. You know what the fuck they were doing? Hogan was in the main event fighting fucking one-man gang. Wall Street, Owen R. Shyster. You know, while you had Ric Flair and Randy Savage taking an opening match for the World Heavyweight title. That makes perfect sense. Hey Isaac, you know what that's like? Let's put Tanahashi versus Jay White in the opening match, and let's have the Young Lions compete in the main event.
That's insanity.
That's basically Hogan in the main event.
And I was in WCW. That's always put Hogan in the main event. Every time you look around, Hogan's in the main event. Hogan versus one man game for the main event. Hooray! Or Hogan versus Bing for the main event. Hooray! Or, you know, it just makes no damn sense.
And this was when Hulkamania was like 3 years past dead. People back then, when they saw Hogan come out to the main event, was about how they feel when they see Roman Reigns coming out and fighting Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Even then, and people were like, that's why eventually we got what we did. Well, like, any savvy wrestling fan knows what we got, knows we're going to be talking about that on wrestling. But that's my answer to the question. Now, we'll go to the next question. Let's get ready for the next question. This was a good discussion question because there's really, like, Isaac, I mean no offense to you, but there's one thing I got to say about this. Ruthless Aggression? Excuse me! Excuse me! This one's going to be a very tough to answer question. It's a long question. But you should be able to think about it and work it. How are the custom belts in WWE history? Well, it's not really a WWE history. All the custom belts that they get from. And you have to power them from Miz's WWE title, Cena's US title, the weighted R WWE title, the spinner WWE title, and Naomi's LED title, the Smoking Skull WWF title, the NWO World title.
Why are there so many?
The Young Bucks Super Kick tag belts, the Brahma Bull WWF title, Taz's Fuck the World title, Jeff Hardy's NWA World title, Naito destroyed IWGP IC title. You remember when he knocked some of the shit off of it, tossing it around?
Yeah, that was when he first won it.
Yeah, and Daniel Bryan's new belt. Go ahead. Power rank them, Isaac.
All right, give me. How many years there?
Let me count up because it's like from worst to best. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
All right. Well, the worst was. It wasn't because it was worst. Has got to be Miz's title because it was basically the WWE title just flipped upside down. It was lazy as shit.
It was basically anti the spinner belt.
Well, still that next has got to be NWO. It was extremely lazy. The Taz's belt, not because I've never seen it. I've never seen it. You know, hang on, let me.
Go ahead.
I see that stuff, but
Because I've never seen it. I don't know what it looks like.
The man created his own fucking division.
Oh fuck it! I don't give a shit about 21 Savage.
I'm gonna keep. Isaac freaks like you look it up. Like,
That's what I'm looking for. Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna take that back. Give me. Where am I at? So like it's a 12, Miz's title, 11, NWO title.
no, 13 and 12. You're on 11.
All right, 13 Actually, screw it. 13 NWO title, 12 Miz's title, 11. 11 new Naito's title. 10, I was not a fan of Jeff Hardy's title. It was unique, but I'm just not a fan of it. Not a fan. 9, the Brahma Bull title. Pretty cool. 8, 8, the Smoking Skull title. 7, the Cine Spinner title. 6, the Daniel Bryan's title. 5, Taz's title. I just saw it's pretty good. 4, the Brahma Bull title. 3, Young Bucks title. 2, the Smoking Skull title. Actually, I feel like I said one of them twice. So whichever one I said twice, that's where I'm putting Naomi's title. 2, Smoking Skull title. Number 1, the Spinner title. Because that's the one I have. And when I first saw it, I thought it was great.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Woo! Number 13, clearly the NWO title. So you just lazy. Number 12 is the Destroy Naito IC title in Japan. 11, Daniel Bryan title. It just lazy. It just ridiculous. 10, Biz title. 9, I might go with Naomi's title. It's cool, but it's cool, but it basically just shine. All that they did was take the women's title and shine it up. That's all. It's cool, but it's alright. 8, Jeff Hardy's TNA title. 7, The Rock's title. 6, Cena's title. 5, Edge's title. 4, boy. How many more we got? Yeah, well, I'll tell you a missed so far, bro.
Jeff, to the Fuck the World title, Jeff, did you say Jeff Hardy's NWA title?
I already mentioned his title.
Okay, so you've got Stone Cold, you've got Tetsuya Naito's Destroy title, the Fuck the World title, the Super Tag titles.
Okay, I would have put Naito title as one of the worst because he destroyed it. So no, definitely going to have to be the Super Kick title. 3,
the Fuck the World, Smoking Skull, and Brahma Bull said John Cena's U.S. title.
Okay, number 3 is definitely Cena's United States title. Also mentioned John Cena's World title as well.
So you have the Smoking Skull and the Fuck the World.
Especially I like the Smoking Skull title. FTW Championship is good. So that'll be my number 1.
Okay. Well, let me go over my list. The number 13 for me is John Cena's U.S. title. That was horrible. It was silver. It was a very bland, boring design. You know, kind of like the Universal title. Yeah. And I didn't like it. Number 12, definitely the WCW World title, just because it's just lazy. Next is John Cena's spinner belt, because I hated that damn thing. And right above that would definitely be the Miz's. I like the Miz's better because I like how it was like a fuck you spinning bullshit. It was more of a serious belt than spin. I like that. I like the way Miz gets out of the junior kid shit. Number 10 would have to number 10. So number 9 would have to be the Jeff Hardy NWA title. I did not like it. I did not like the design. Number 8 would be probably have to be the Naito Destroyed title because it was cool. It was a gimmick. It was the same title. It was just Destroyed. It's kind of like Mr. Trophy with that little bit, and that was funny. I mean, you know that was funny, I think.
Mm-hmm.
one I'm going to pick after I name all of these. So after that, I'm going to go with Naomi's LED time. It was cool. I liked the whole. I liked the LED time. I thought it was a cool thing. It was cool. It looked good. It made the belt look less like the Raw time with the own identity. I like that. After that is the rated R WWE title. It was cool. And then I'm going to go with the young. No, I'm not going to do it. Oh, man, this is the hard one. I'm going to go with the Young Bucks Super Kick title just because they were cool, but they can't give it. Then I'm going to go with the Brahma Bull belt. That was alright. Didn't really get used very much. And then I'm going to have to say number 3 on this list, as much as I hate this one. Number 2. No, number 3 is the Daniel Bryan title because it is a cool belt. It is a cool belt. If they just take off that light blue, it is a very cool looking belt. It's a very cool, unique design. Because instead of changing the design of the logos, they changed the belt. And it gave it its own identity. I like that. I want more of that. Number 2 is the World title. Number 1 is the Smoking Skull. Because the Texas Rattlesnake. I was Smoking Skull with my time. I mean, that's just. But there is a real number 1. A real champion of all this, guys. A custom belt that can't be replaced by any other custom belt. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Mr. Belt. Because it has arms and legs. And it talks. And I'm sorry, but what's better than a sentient belt? Right, Isaac?
I mean,
that's not one of the choices, but that was a custom belt. The man had artwork for it. Vince McMahon never would have the arms and legs. Put the Harvard lights on this belt, make that a thing. That was great. One of the most entertaining subjects we've had on Golden Report. Just going down the list of shit that her Rumble would do on a weekly basis. It was great. That was the most entertaining thing that we've talked about in the last year. What is the Rumble doing today, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why this man is heavily missed. We love Hiromu Takahashi. Me and Isaac, don't get it wrong. We love Hiromu Takahashi. That dude was definitely on something. Definitely elevating the junior heavyweight division. I really, really am sad to see him out because I felt like there was something special to happen with him and the direction he was going in. Because they got their own networks, you know. So, moving on to the next question. I'm not dwelling. I just wanted to cover the Rumble thing. It wasn't a choice. And that would always. The Mr. Belt thing is going to be my favorite. If that were a custom title, that would be. Okay, Isaac, this is a good question to start with. Do you think multi-man matches are overused at Mania?
Yes. I remember when literally they were only special occasions, like the Hell in a Cell match, or a TLC match, or Elimination Chamber.
I remember in the Wrestle Federation era, you still had your traditional one-on-one matches.
Exactly. What happened? Right, of course. Of course. So, yeah. Do I think they're overused? Yes. What does everybody want to They all just want to see Becky and Ronda. What about Charlotte? Who cares about Charlotte? Nobody. It's too bad. She can be in that women's battle royal. While Asuka faces Sonya Deville. One-on-one. Quick, simple, don't worry about it. If anything, if Charlotte wants Ronda so bad, she can wait until after Mania. They can go to war then. Deal with it. That's all I got. Guys?
I think it's way overused. I think that he's just they overdo things sometimes during WrestleMania, especially with this Andre the Giant Memorial, Memorial. On the pre-show, that should be on the main card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with what you just said.
What about you, Donovan? What do you think?
What is done?
For God's sake. Anyway, what the fuck? Anyway, but that's what I think. You know, if we don't get, if we're gonna give him some time. I don't think he left. Did he leave?
I don't think so. You know how Facebook is.
Yeah, let's see. Jamie says,
I did not leave. I was dealing with my baby.
Oh, okay.
okay, so what do you think?
We both answered the question, bro.
Okay. We'll see what James or / Jamie said real quick.
Jamie said he thinks the worst was the WWE Hardcore title.
I'm not going to disagree, but at the same time, like, I like the Hardcore title when they brought it in. I like the Ultimate Hardcore match, you know, the 30 minutes Falls Champion, 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it, but at some point it just got ridiculous. I did like it. I mean, it was better than WCW Hardcore title.
The belt that looks better is the if you're gonna do belts like that, the best one is the Iron Man heavy metal weight title belt in Japan.
No, Cass fucked the world title.
No. No, I'm saying titles like the hardcore title. Like I like that belt better.
No, we're talking about the design. I thought we were talking about the hardcore title.
No, I'm talking about how it was used.
Well,
You remember the you remember the heavy metal weight title, right?
yeah, this is the one where Vince McMahon's calling the Star one by submission.
Wait, what?
This is Vince McMahon's calling the Star one by submission.
Yes. He won it by submission from Joey Ryan.
That's not a he. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince McMahon's Hollywood Star won the heavy metal title from Joey Ryan.
It won the Iron Man heavy metal weight championship from Joey Ryan by submission.
By submission.
He tapped out. He tapped out to it.
Hollywood Star won the title.
Yeah. He tapped out to it.
Tori, this is not a joke. We're being serious.
It's on YouTube.
I know.
It's on YouTube. You can literally start the match. It's still better than Sami Zayn. It's still better than Sami Zayn and Elvin Jericho versus Dakota Ibushi in a kayak match.
Yeah, that was weird. That was just weird.
That was funny. That was one of the most entertaining 20 minutes of shit that I've seen.
All right, moving on. Let's
get away from the kayak match.
Yeah, what's next?
Isaac, what would you say is the best year in NXT history?
I mean, now that I've gone back, I watched some old Sami Zayn stuff when it first got started, his matches with Cesaro. It's hard to look past last year. It's extreme. 2018 was just every takeover was good. Some of the main events were show stealers.
They had like 4 or 5. That's why they had like 4 or 5 star matches.
Exactly, like Gargano, Andrade. Gargano, Andrade. You had, Undisputed Era and War Games. Ciampa, Gargano, Aleister Black, Gargano. like Ricochet. No, that was this year, but you know what I mean. Like there was a lot.
Yep.
There's a lot at NXT.
Ricochet, Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Undisputed Era, anything. Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, Corey, what's the best year of NXT for you?
Actually, the best year for NXT for me was when this is gonna sound crazy, but that's during the time when they brought in Finn Balor.
I was like 14.
That
I was like 14 or 15.
You know the best year? Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm going to speed this up. You know what the best year for me was?
What year?
2016.
Was with Bobby Roode.
That's when you had Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe, Nakamura, Andrade had just come in.
Yeah, that was a good year. It's a pretty solid year.
And, had all of these high top guys. And then on top of that, and all these fucking beautiful like Joe and Ben. No, that was great. That wasn't when they were no, that was Raw. So yeah, Finn. You had Finn and Joe. You had Nakamura and Joe. You had Andrade and you had Andrade and I believe that you at the time you had Gargano. You had DIY. You had
The Revival.
You had the Revival. You had
TM61.
Yeah. You had a stacked tag division.
Ooh, Sanity.
Bayley was. That's when Asuka was getting started. Ember Moon was coming up. You had Sanity. You had Nikki Cross. You had Asuka. You had Ember Moon. You still had Bayley down there. You had Alexa Bliss down there.
Yep, good stuff. Good show. Good stuff.
I mean, you still had Ruby Riott. I mean, really, man. I mean, 16 had this stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people forget, like, they look at 16, 17, kind of forget. NXT was good, but yeah, 16 was a very stacked. So 18 is the obvious because that's what, you have one of the main days that we're talking about. But 16 is kind of stacked roster. Still had I don't think that's down. But you had
You're fading out. Donovan, you're fading.
I said you had all these great tag teams, all these good women. And the main event scene with Joe, Nakamura, and Bobby Roode at the time still had a good roster. Yeah, very good roster back then. Great.
It was a good roster.
I mean, the tag division and the women's division was stacked. That's when Asuka was starting her career. It was a great year. It was a great year. That's when Asuka was at the game time. Ember Moon was coming up. Nikki Cross was getting built up. And, you had Ruby Riott getting built up. You had, Gargano Ciampa as DIY. The Revival was actually relevant, so was American Alpha. And, you just had all of Insanity coming through. I mean, you could not go. I remember when Sanity debuted, when Nikki Cross, she would beat the shit out of everybody. Everybody's like, that dude's kicking ass. All of a sudden, she takes that thing off. It's a woman.
Yeah, I remember that.
Her debut was beating up like 4 dudes. I mean, that's 2016. Braun Strowman was not finished with Roman, right?
That was fun. That was fun. I'm a Roman fan, but watching him feud with Braun, watching Roman feud with Braun was just wonderful. It was just great.
Yeah, and see the thing is, that's what Braun got over. Most of the people want to see the storyline. Thank you, Strowman. Yeah.
I mean, the thing I liked about it was the fact that it was like two guys, like that was like the last storytelling I can remember, say for NXT, where it's like the story. Well, what's the story here? Oh, the story is the two guys are going out here and gonna try and kill each other.
I know what I always have been a big Bobby Roode in NXT and TNA.
Of course you are, because it pays to be rude.
That it does. Well, depends on your perspective.
All right,
So Bobby Roode did brought it. When Bobby Roode was in NXT, he did brought in the page to be rude sort of gimmick to NXT at the time. With the suit and everything.
Yeah, so what's next?
So guys, I'm gonna get to this now. I'll move on. Isaac, who do you? Okay, now actually, this one I'm gonna start with Tori. Tori, who do you think the next 3 NXT champions?
The next 3 NXT champions. I can see Velveteen Dream being one, Matt Riddle being another one, and Ricochet.
Say Gargano.
I like you so
Gargano. I see Ricochet getting it too. Gargano, Ricochet. I'm gonna say Adam Cole, baby. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go right now and say this because I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm gonna say that even though because Velveteen could very well win it, but I kind of feel like that he's not going to because unless there's going to be a quick run. Because I feel like he's very after Mania he's going to be the next call. Him and Black are going to be called one. So there's to me. It could be the next champion, but it's I really want that, but I feel like Gargano, and this is, and I want to cover this on you. So this is how I see this happening. Gargano's being healed. Gargano is going to turn face on Ciampa. Ciampa Gargano. And Ciampa's just Gargano's just been playing for the heel this whole time. Because he hasn't really done anything like really like Ciampa bad, you know. He's just been attacking people and trying to be, being edgy. You know what I mean? I just.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what's going to happen. Gargano's going to take Ciampa because he's probably got to be Gargano. And then after that, because like I said, I feel like Black and Velveteen are going to be called out. I feel like they're kind of on the line. And as much as I like to say Ricochet, I'm going to say Adam Cole, but I really don't feel like Undisputed Era is going to be called it because they're pretty much filling the top heel roles in NXT. They're a faction, and they're getting shit done. You can put a lot more people in matches than all of Undisputed Era, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You do a lot more with the Undisputed Era than you stay one guy.
Yeah.
Adam Cole also is the single leader of that, so you've got that backing him up on top of what you can do.
Almost like creating a cushion.
Yeah, so he's probably going to stay down there because they don't want to. The Velveteen, I mean, Ciampa and Gargano are going to stay. No, because I feel like Gargano and Ciampa are kind of getting the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor type of situation where they're being kept down there longer because they're really going to have a high stock. Because, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came up with really high bars because they did stay down there longer. And I feel like that's where Gargano and Ciampa are. If they are going to come up to the main roster, you want them to really already settle what they need to settle. Not necessarily the Zayn, the KO, then Zayn, which is ongoing on the roster. But, you know, where they still have those feelings, but they can go on and do their thing. Triple H is very well defined. And that's why Finn and KO and Sami Zayn, they really haven't had to change how they do things because they were well defined. They stayed at NXT long enough to be well defined. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck them up, which is their gimmicks are perfectly set. And I feel like Triple H is really high on those guys. Adam Cole, he knows if I'm with Eric, I'm with him. I don't think Triple H wants to get called. I don't think that Adam Cole is a threat. He don't want to get called up. Roderick Strong, God forbid he gets called up. He's done. He is going to be the Ty Dillinger. He cannot talk. He's done. He is not going anywhere. He's going to have to slow down in the ring. He's done. You might as well just go ahead and ask for his release and go back to what you want. Anyway, moving on. So, after that, in the future, yes, and I do agree with Tori, it's going to be, and as much as I want to say Ricochet, I feel like Ricochet could be, but I don't think Ricochet is going to get it anytime soon. I think Adam Cole will get it to be that heel champion, because my next pick is going to be the guy I think will take it from Adam Cole. But I think Ricochet is probably not going to get it right now. I feel like he's going to stay down there a while, or at least go 205 or something like that. But I feel like he's going to be the one that's going to kind of be. He's going to be one of their big names. He's not going to need the NXT title, and I feel like he's starting to get the promo work. Something he needs to remember. I remember Steve Velveteen, not purple guy. He started to learn the talk. I feel like he should stay in NXT. Is kind of one of their top guys after Velveteen and Aleister Black move on. He can fill the face role. What about Matt Riddle?
I'm getting to him now because my third pick is Matt Riddle. Because, yeah, right now, they're going to build him slow. It's going to be like an Aleister run. It's going to take close to a year. But I feel like the next guy, I said Gargano's going to take it. And I think that Adam Cole will probably take it from Gargano. Or somebody after Gargano. I mean, me and Isaac agree. Gargano's next, right, Isaac?
Absolutely.
And I think Adam Cole is probably going to take it from Gargano, especially with the help of Errol Shadow. But I think that Matt Riddle is going to take it from Adam Cole, and they're ready to call Adam Cole on. Because we don't know really where the ceiling of calling Ciampa and Gargano up. But Triple H really likes them to be there. So they're not going to go up. We know Undisputed Era is probably going to be there a while, but we know probably by the middle of next year, maybe their mid-year call-ups. That's probably going to be when they at least try to call up Adam Cole. That's probably going to be his time. Gargano and Ciampa, we really don't know. With Ciampa being 201 and Gargano being
He's 199.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Ciampa would be more main roster material, but Triple H is really put a lot of stock in Ciampa and Gargano. I feel like Gargano is probably going to take that in 205 and probably be on SmackDown. Ciampa's probably going to be on Raw because he has the promo skills to get in on Vince's Raw. But being a little guy, we don't really know. So, I mean, we don't know where their stock is, but I know Adam Cole definitely probably going to be a SmackDown. A guy that Kevin Dunn can be behind. They'll probably go SmackDown. But I think Matt Riddle will probably by the middle of next year be the world champion or shortly after. I think that by that point, I don't think don't color me on it, but I think Gargano is going to take the title from Ciampa, and I think Gargano is going to be the next champion, and then Adam Cole will take it from him.
Jamie says Cole, Gargano, and Dream.
I don't think Gargano's getting called up, but it's
no. He says those are the three people who are going to win the next title, NXT champions.
Cole, Gargano, and Dream. I don't think Dream is. I think Dream. If they do it, he's only going to have it one takeover to the next, which is a good 3 to 4 month period. But I feel like Dream is going to get called up after Mania. Him and Black are getting called up. I mean, it's been written in the stars. I'm surprised Aleister Black isn't already called up. I honestly thought he was going to be called up this last match. Aleister Black.
If Aleister Black does get called up, we know he's going to SmackDown.
We hope, but if Brock Lesnar gets to play, he's going to Raw because he wants to fight Aleister Black.
And just so he can beat him.
No, that's Vince, man. Brock has no control over that. But there's also the thing that Brock may be on his. Here's the thing: Rollins is probably going to beat Lesnar, even though that there's rumors about Brock. Vince is not happy with Seth and blah blah blah. I think that even though Brock may or may not have signed the deal, or may not go to UFC, I think they're going to put the belt on Rollins. I think Rollins comes out of Mania with the title because, to be honest, if you're going to put a guy in a Roman Reigns position, you want Rollins.
Yeah, there's literally nobody else. There really isn't.
I got a follow-up question. Since we talk about NXT titles, what about the North American? Who do you see as the next 3 North American title holder?
That is a hard one to call because they have a lot of guys who are going to be coming up. I mean, me personally, you gotta go with one of the members of Undisputed Era, and I'm probably going to go with Kyle. I mean, I want to say Kyle O'Reilly.
I see Roderick Strong or maybe Bobby Fish.
That's realistic. No, because Bobby Fish is probably going to end up. For some reason, they're probably going to do the story because they're probably going to split Bobby Fish up from them. So they only have a 3-man faction because it seems like where they're going. Bobby Fish came back, they really haven't been winning. I think the storyline underlines there. But I'm not going to get into that. It's going to be a member of the Undisputed Era that's not Adam Cole that day. Definitely think that, definitely feeling like, going with their current talent pool. It's really hard to argue that it will be people at some point.
Yeah, that I believe.
And I believe that's going to be the ceiling. By the way they're booking it now, but they can change directly to the next real mess. And another one that I really, I mean, this is just me wanting it, so don't hold me to this, but I really want to see ACH hold it.
He's got to get there first.
Or Trevor Lee. I want Trevor Lee.
Magnetic North American title holders, for me personally, depending on the roster, I would definitely like to see Keith Lee hold it. I definitely want to see Keith Lee with a championship, so I think the North American title is good for him. I also would like to see. Oh my God! I think Matt Riddle might end up with that title as well.
I don't think so, unless they're going to want. Yeah, maybe, because what I was predicting was he'll be the champion way down the line. So yeah, that could happen. I mean, the North American title gets exchanged a lot more than the NXT title does. I mean, even though if you want to technically say it's takeovers, they have 5 of those a year, and they can play hot potato from one to the next. That's 3 to 4 months a piece. You know what I mean?
I mean, the North American title is basically like the Intercontinental title on Raw.
I would say it's more like WCW's title because it's the second title, and it's more prominently defended on the show than the NXT title. They usually say the NXT title for the most part. Am I wrong, Isaac?
No, you're right.
No, you're not wrong. The North American title changes and non-televised stuff. And that's what makes it more exciting. Like, it's not a transitional title. It actually feels more like a television title. And I like that. It's a good throwback. Triple H books it like a television championship. Something TNA can never get right. Impact television title that they never use. Good job, Eric Bischoff. Isaac.
Yes.
I feel like, and I do see all of that. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you here. Next question. Who fills Dean Ambrose's spot since he's supposedly
low
upper card, high card, mid card, or high mid card.
Do I have to answer? Because I really don't care. I don't care. Like, I wish I could say somebody, but
these are our fans, and you have to answer the question. Just say Drew and get it out of the way.
Yeah, there's
High mid card.
probably Drew.
High mid card or low upper card.
Drew, he's already heel, so you got the hard part over with.
Yeah, because Bobby Lashley is pretty much like one of the top 5 guys on Raw right now. Drew Scott kind of.
Yeah, so Drew's definitely, he's got it already. So
Yeah, he's like number 6 on Raw right now. Seth, Bobby, Ben,
Braun.
Braun. I'm trying to think who else. Another top
It ain't Corbin.
No, Corbin just got a big.
Seth, Finn.
It's Finn, Seth. It's Finn, Seth, Bobby, Braun, and I would say Drew, but I feel like he's kind of number 6. So. And I know that's not really saying much, but I feel like number 5 right now is probably gonna have.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dean is involved in a lot more than Drew.
That's true. Besides, they keep putting Drew with Baron for some reason.
Because of that authority thing that they still haven't dropped.
Yeah. So what's next?
So Tori, who takes Dean Ambrose's spot on the Raw?
There's really only one answer,
if you really think about it.
It's got to be Drew.
See?
I actually have an answer for you. It's not Drew. And everybody knows what WWE stands for, and you're gonna walk with Elias because they turned heel.
Oh yeah.
He's not even mid-card. He's not even a mid-card.
No, he's always featured. Like, he's prominently featured. If he doesn't, most of the matches he's in is usually because of other people. But right now, he's in a feud with Jeff Jarrett, is what they're angling.
Which is stupid. I'm sorry, it's retarded. It's absolutely stupid.
It is. I know. I fucking know.
Like, he's supposed to wrestle. Jeff Jarrett is supposed to wrestle Elias on Monday.
Great. Yeah, maybe fucking 10 years ago. I was there. Oh, wait.
I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why they're doing this.
Because Jeff's a Hall of Famer. Jeff Jarrett is the recent class, but it's the same shit with Kurt Angle.
I feel bad for Kurt. Like,
you know, they could have just as easily put Honky Tonk Man in there.
I'd probably prefer Jeff than.
Hey, they could have Honky Tonk Man. Elias versus Honky Tonk Man. Why not have heel Jeff Jarrett because he went to Hall of Fame? So why not just have the Honky Tonk Man team up with Elias versus Jeff Jarrett and Glenn Gilberti? Yeah, that's what we want to see.
Raw is going to be terrible tomorrow.
So you saying that Elias is going to be the next top heel and Dean Ambrose?
No, I didn't say top heel. I said replace Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose isn't top heel. He's lower upper card, high mid card. And Drew is probably going to just be elevated. Right now, Drew should be higher, but the way they've been booking Drew, at least D actually has a more prevalent spot on the card. Drew doesn't. That's true. They want Drew to be the top heel. They need to book him like top heel. Right now, Lashley is top heel.
So he's the IC champion.
No, not even just that. But even before that, they was booking him as top heel. Like him. But you need that secondary heel, and Drew's probably going to be that. Dean's spot will probably go to somebody like Elias. Maybe Bray Wyatt if they ever bring it back.
Right.
But right now, we really covered the raw card. I mean, Ben, he ain't much nothing. He's a mid carder. He's already been dropped down below the IC title again when he lost the house show. That doesn't count.
Who dropped down?
Ben Balor. Ben Balor's like should be like number 5 on that list. But he's the 4th ranked guy on Raw. Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman are all higher stock than him. Seth is top face, Braun's behind the staff, and you got Bobby Lashley up there. They're like possibly on Raw right now. Drew has been regulated and feuding with Baron Corbin, so like at least Dean is featured somewhere in that top 4. Even though he's not top 4, he's like top 5. Then still better known. At least then got a title shot, right, Isaac?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, Raw's going to be good tomorrow, Isaac. And Chad Gable and the tag titles are still being treated like shit, so literally like you got no reason. Alright, so so speaking of Finn, Isaac, where does $10 go from here, really?
I don't know. I wish I could say, but if anything, I hope whenever Seth wins, he gets another shot at it. That's all I want. I want him to get another shot at trying to get the title back.
Seth always put on live matches.
Exactly.
Corey, what do you think that Balor does?
Well, if he doesn't win the IC title, he should leave that at 8.
I think that Finn's going to be competing for the IC title in Mania. Because let's face it, Braun, they're not going to put him in another title shot. They're not. Right now, supposedly the reason is because they didn't want Braun to lose. And they didn't want to really do much because of his elbow injury. So he's going to have a more prevalent role coming up. But it's probably going to be some kind of feud or something. Seth and Brock are locked for Mania. So Braun is kind of in the middle of, above the IC title. You disagree, I think he's above the IC title.
Oh, yes.
He's booked strong still. So yeah, Braun's going to be in some kind of for Mania. So I think since Lashley and Ben are the only other 2 top guys over there, you got to go with him versus Lashley for the IC title at Mania. Am I wrong? So, we're not going to have another Finn Drew. I mean, WWE might do that. I think it's going to be Finn and Bobby. I think Finn's going to be either have an IC title by Mania or walk into the IC or walk out with the IC title. Disagree, Isaac?
I don't.
I agree.
Yeah, I do see him. Yeah, he's definitely the next for the title.
What are you going to do about the United States title on SmackDown now that R-Truth is the champion? How long you take?
I don't fucking care.
I don't think anybody does.
And I think you have to cover that, so I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. Okay. Now, that's what are they going to do with the United States title? Fucking shit, because that's what they've been doing with it. They're probably going to do something to research it. I feel like R-Truth is setting up. They're going to have a fucking feud with Nakamura and Rusev, and R-Truth is going to get somebody up there. It's not even a proper tag team. It's going to be like R-Truth is a partner, and they're going to feud for that. The whole pretext of sending Rusev and Nakamura over the IC titles, but people are saying, "Oh, they're in the tag." I mean, they could do that, but realistically, the storyline with the guys who are writing these things next month. Right now, the whole storyline is for the IC titles. I feel like that for the not IC US title.
The United States title.
Yes, I said US. I corrected myself. Anyway, that's what's going to be pretty. That's just simply what it is. US titles is regulated to a tag team. Blow off.
Probably.
I mean, right now, Rusev and Nakamura facing Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers.
Yeah, I hope that's just TV about like pay-per-view is going to be R-Truth and somebody, possibly AJ versus Nakamura and Rusev, because that could be the plan. I don't know what the plans for AJ are. I really don't.
Well, he said to right now he's gonna be one of the men fighting for the world title.
Yeah, but and Samoa Joe's in a program with Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, they're going to continue that.
So, I mean, R-Truth is going to have to get enough partners to go up against these guys. I don't know who's going to be. Hell, it might even be Road Dogg for all.
Oh my God.
Well, hey, it's the United States title, and you got new foreigners coming after you. So, what do? When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you need a real American.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I can literally see them pulling that out of the hat. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm a real American. This is our truth, brother. Okay, time for my WrestleMania this year. Third year in a row. So, Isaac.
Yeah.
We're going to do our last question. I'm going to let you have it. If you're an indie guy, you're starting out, would you rather sign with WWE or
AEW, easy.
Why?
Healthcare, creative,
Non-exclusive.
yeah, it's non-exclusive, so that means if I want to go hang out with other guys and that I know in other promotions, I can go there.
Now,
And
we're
if
still sketchy on. Can't really go to Impact, Ring of Honor, right now.
also if I'm stuck, also the non-exclusivity means that if I was in WWE, whatever storyline it in, no matter how unhappy I am, I'm stuck. So yeah, AEW, easy.
Okay, Tori.
Ooh. As big of a wrestling fan I am, boy. I would definitely go. I'm gonna say WWE because I'd rather go through NXT, work my way up.
Oh, have fun on the main roster.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like AEW, but I don't know what AEW. Well, I haven't seen anything from AEW as of yet, so we don't know what AEW is going to do.
And that's exactly my point that I'm going to keep on mind. Is that I'm not going to go to WWE, but I'm not really sure that I would want AEW. I mean, I know these guys are good. I mean, I know what they do. I know that you got the son of Dusty Rhodes literally promoting AEW. You guys are young bucks. And I know that I got some stuff Matthew Law Day telling you that you offer health care and they can take care of you, and the contracts are good. But you're not going to get a Jericho or a Hangman deal or another deal. You're an indie guy who's looking for somewhere big design. You don't want to play it. You want to play it safe. You want to get a big deal. I mean, Isaac, you well know what AEW is a lot of unknown, and it's more of a gamble with AEW. But I would say AEW, just for the fact that even if I'm not very good, I can prove myself there. The platform, I would get a good paycheck. I mean, AEW, I will tell you right now, one thing that we can guarantee, Tori, is that the women that's going to, if a woman wrestler wants to go wrestle, they're going to get paid more in AEW than they will in WWE. So I feel like I'm saying this as my honest prediction for this. Isaac, I want you to remember this very closely because when I predict, I'm usually right, that we're going to see a lot of women wanting to go to AEW because they're going to get better paid. That is, for women, AEW is a better option. Because they're going to get bigger paydays than they would get.
Right.
And Tennille Dashwood probably. She's already
We'll have to wait and see about what AEW. I mean, to be honest, I am looking forward to see what AEW is going to bring.
Well, Matthew Monday tried out and got some inside information. Audet says that they're offering health care and role, and they're not going to let you wrestle your other days. At least I can tell that it's they don't know. That's kind of a con. Let's not move Bucks and Cody, but like, yeah, the Bucks are like, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in this deal right now. But we're talent, we're scouting trainers, we're scouting trainers. We're not the guys who are dealing with the, business with Cody and Todd. So, that's the promotional business. Cody is going to look at that. Bucks are just so that's the case. If that's the case, and Cody is also the one recruiting, the Bucks are the ones directly with talent. So if that's the case, you have to think if the Bucks are the ones dealing more with talent, then you have to say that if you're going to go for AEW, you're going to be having to impress the Young Bucks. And that's the way it sounds. And Cody's the one who will approach people with the whatever. But the Bucks are the ones who have to go through it. But we don't know what their deal is going to look like here. We know that right now they're just scheduling events. They're not doing a show, weekly show. And we don't know when that's going to happen or what that's going to be. There's a lot of unknowns that way. The non-exclusive may stop around that time besides it.
But where is somebody, think about this, where is someone that's unhappy with AEW? That's when they're going to call.
Well, I mean, I feel like that AEW, the way it's shaping up already, smells like it's a WCW. Hey, if you're not happy with WWE, we got a place for you. Impact Bank can't really take anybody. They can't afford big contracts. That's why they're losing a lot of the talent they have. I mean, DJZ, Sanjay Dutt, Abyss, Trevor Lee, they're not using any of them. So why the hell not? I mean, what have they done with this? Nothing. The last thing he did was come up with these, hey, this is working good. He just hasn't had it since that fucking asylum. Since he was in that Mr. Immortal. He lost it to Mr. Immortal. He won the world title and lost it a month later.
I got a question. Brian Cage, if he leaves come back, where will he go?
His gimmick's too edgy for WWE.
Whose gimmick?
Wrong, Isaac?
Whose gimmick?
Brian Cage.
Yeah, no. He's not going to WWE.
But TNA can't really afford a lot of shit. That's why they're trying desperately to partner up with one of the other promotions. They're floundering. They need something. AEW said they don't really want to deal with them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they or what. Last thing I heard was shit. Other than here, we don't. But Ring of Honor and New Japan don't want to deal with them, so Impact nails in the coffin. They just come sooner or later. But I've said that. I've heard that other people here say Impact's still not the way it's life.
They are. They really are.
But right now, the lowest point we've ever been at as far as finance. Carter, they're more shaking up than we're Dixie Carter. Most of it's the after effects of Dixie Carter. Dixie Carter, a lot of people have been slowly growing, but man, they've had such bad rep because Dixie Carter. Isaac knows that better.
Well, I know about the Dixie yours, Heidi?
Where do I start? Let me see. Later this week, Golden Report will be now at 1:30 on Fridays, so tune into that. We're going to cover more New Japan and hopefully more Impact, if it's still around by then, which it will be. So, till then, y'all have a good day. That's all my stuff.
Oh boy, my final thoughts. Good show, good halftime show by NXT. Great match. I'll give it a 5-star. Looking forward to see what AEW is going to bring this year. I'm looking forward to see new superstars coming into NXT and NXT UK and all these other promotions like New Japan and others. And just like my previous person, my friend Isaac just said, it's a wrap for AEW. Not AEW. It's almost a wrap for Impact Wrestling. I mean, the way I see Impact is pretty much crippled at this point. Those are my final thoughts. And also, but it's a good product and you should support it. But
yeah,
they're turning it around. But they're just crippled. They're still suffering the effects.
It's like the reason they're suffering is not their own fault because they're producing good stuff. It's just the backstage stuff that people ruin.
Slowly but surely, like, people are getting the impact. More and more people are watching. So it's not like it's unpopular as it was. But, they built up a really bad stigma under the Carter, and it just never really recovered from it. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
It's like,
how good they've been.
It's like instead of their version of recovery was let's make our product the best thing ever. Not the best thing ever, but let's really.
When they brought back in Jeff Jarrett, Judgment Hell, and Bruce Fisher, they were trying. And then they got rid of Bruce Fisher, Jeff Jarrett, because they weren't up with the product. So they're trying to give us the best quality product they can.
Trying their damnedest.
It didn't really help that James Storm. Well, they let James Storm go. He'll probably get it. I don't know why they were fucking letting all those homegrown talent go. I think they're trying. Well, they can't really afford. With James Storm and Abyss and Sanjay had big contracts. Couldn't afford to keep Austin Theory, which I don't fucking care anyway. Johnny Impact isn't really asking a lot. Bruce isn't asking a lot. Eddie Edwards isn't asking a lot. These guys are staying there. They're loyal. Bruce wants to do something in Impact, but it's Eddie Edwards.
But you gotta hand it to the loyalty.
My question is, where were Eddie Edwards? Corey, hang on. I didn't say that.
I was gonna say, but you gotta admire their loyalty.
Yeah, and the knockout division, they need these small women over there, but they're hurting so bad. They can't afford any big contracts. They can't. That's why they lost the business on it.
Yeah, it's not like they wanted to go; they just couldn't afford them.
And we all know it's like great. They close the country. They want to see like great. Rosemary and Alex. They want to see them.
Yeah, so.
And they're bringing in a bunch of new talent. And I think they lost. Did they lose Matt Cardell yet?
Who?
Matt Cardell.
No, well, he was injured anyway, so.
I heard that they were going to. Wow, Jesse Blanchard. But my final thoughts are you should enjoy that. It's funny. Tune in. I mean, if it does go down, please enjoy it.
like WCW when this guy was back. I don't care what anybody says about fucking Vince Russo. I don't think Vince Russo is a great guy or a great booker. But one thing I can say about WCW is from maybe under the last year of his lifespan, it was actually good. And it dying had nothing to do with the quality of the product. It had to do with AOL time, AOL, and it was a corporate thing, not a product quality thing.
So, but if anything, here's hoping Impact can really get. Here's hoping to financial blessings for Impact.
I don't think Impact is going under. I mean, they have always been able to stay alive.
Yeah. So.
I got a quick statement. Once Tessa Blanchard leave Impact in 2020, where will you think she go?
Well, she's always wanted to go to WWE, so I can't imagine her going anywhere else.
There's no second guessing WWE.
She wants to go there.
But that's my final thought. I got on that note, I'm just going to close it. We're going to see you all later.
Yeah. Peace.
See y'all.